Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be covering blood flow in the abdominal area again, but this is going to be for the kidneys and blood flow going down into the legs and how everything kind of fits together. So let's dive right in and we'll start from top to bottom. We already know what this is. This is the diaphragm. And we can see these arteries. There are veins that go along with them, and this is your inferior phrenic arteries. You have a superior phrenic artery that comes out of the aorta as well. But these inferior phrenic arteries, they supply blood to your adrenal glands, which are sitting right on top of the kidney. You might hear them as suprarenal glands just because they are above the kidney. But your adrenal glands, they get blood flow in three different areas. So they have a superior suprarenal artery. They have a middle suprarenal artery, which comes out of the aorta. And then they have an inferior suprarenal artery, and that comes usually out of the renal artery itself. So let's go ahead and get rid of this so we can kind of free some stuff up. So now looking at it from the posterior side, I got rid of those phrenic arteries, but now you can see the suprarenal, superior suprarenal. All right, here's our celiac trunk, and I did a video already covering the different branches coming off of that. Key highlight that we want to point out here is the inferior vena cava and aorta sitting right next to each other. When it comes to the inferior vena cava, it's got renal veins going inside there. These renal veins going to the left side, it slides right underneath that superior mesenteric artery. And that could be a very highlighted question on a test coming soon, being asked, whether it's in lab or lecture. The other thing to note on your inferior vena cava and then the renal vein, this left renal vein doesn't only just go under the superior mesenteric, but also one of your gonadal veins comes out of it. So in a male, this will be like your testicular vein, but in a female, this is your left ovarian vein. And the right one comes straight out of that inferior vena cava. As for the aorta, coming out of the right side comes right out, and then the left side as well comes straight out of the aorta. Looking posterior wise, you can see all these veins coming out. So these are your lumbar arteries, and there are veins that couple with them as well. I just don't have them on here. As we continue moving down the aorta and the inferior vena cava, we see the inferior mesenteric artery. And then we come to this junction of the aorta, and after the aorta and the inferior vena cava, we have what's called our common iliac artery and our common iliac vein. They then bifurcate and go anterior and posterior, sorry. And you then get your external iliac artery and vein and our internal iliac artery vein, and it is both sides. And here's your gonadal artery and vein right here. If I can click on it. Now we have our kidneys. And I'll just go ahead and show you that right now. Let me get rid of some stuff. Alright, so here's our kidneys. let's go ahead and take this off, that capsule. So we have the capsule sitting right here, and then we have the cortex, just lies right inside of it. And then our medulla is both this red and white together. And then this is our renal columns sitting in between. If we open that up, we can see that they are more three-dimensional than the book. We get rid of this, and then open this up. So, right there is the pyramid, and then right here, the papilla. Oh, sorry, the papilla. After that, it goes into what's called the minor calyx, and then the major calyx, and it dumps into the renal pelvis. And from the renal pelvis, it is going to go down into your ureter, which then dumps into your urinary bladder. Right there. So, that's going to be it for this video. Again, we covered the kidney, and then we covered the abdominal blood flow to these areas. I'm trying to find the page that kind of talks about it a little bit more, but I can't. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video, and hopefully this helped. Alright, I just want to give credit where credit is due. These are the books and the resources I used for the videos. So first we have Essentials of Human Anatomy by Dr. Kurt Walker. We then have Essential Clinical Anatomy by Keith L. Moore and M.R. Auger and Arthur F. Daly. I also used Structure and Function of the Human Body by Mark Nilsson and Jamie Garbett. The last book I have is The Concise Book of Trigger Points by Simon Neil Asher. And then I used the app called Complete Anatomy. As you've seen from the videos, it's amazing. If you can afford it, I suggest it. It's such a useful tool when learning this stuff. So that's it. Have a good day.